Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the channel, or welcome to the channel if this is your first time at the channel. Today I'm going to be making a video as a follow-up to my video about Automobilista 2 being the best sim in my opinion. But before we get into the video, let me address something that was said in the comments about ACE being better than Automobilista 2. Obviously I had not played AC at that point, which I have now. And I actually still believe Automobilista 2 is the best sim for those coming from like a Forza and Gran Turismo background that doesn't have the money to play like iRacing and such. It's the best vanilla product. But this certain comment came out and says that I was talking nonsense and I was not mature for putting that because I hadn't played AC. I had played rFactor 2, Race Room, and Assetto Corsa Competizione, however you put it. But I haven't played iRacing either, simply because it costs far too much for my budget right now, and I refuse to pay that amount of money. But I'd like to address that as mature adults, we should all be entitled to an opinion, and you can have a differing opinion, and by all means come into the comments section, and you can debate it like civilized people. But to come out and saying, that's nonsense, you are not mature, blah blah blah, that is damn immature in my book. So I will not allow any abuse in the comment section. I don't need to take it, and I won't take it. But anyway, thank you to all those that have come in the comment section and asked questions or said their opinion. It's great to have you, and it's great to actually be able to comment back to you. And thank you for all the likes and dislikes, of course. In this video, there is a big but about Automobilista 2. That's why this is a follow-up, because the online gameplay, or the lack of online gameplay, could be this game's big fall, if it hasn't already. Obviously, iRacing is the king when it comes to online gameplay, but things like LFM has given Assetto Corsa and ACC a step up, and I think Factor 2 is also on there, if I'm not mistaken. But there's one for Automobilista 2. However, there is a distinct lack of players on that one. You are going to be playing AI. This kind of defeats the purpose of playing online. You get one or two humans in them races. Let's get straight into the video and let's discuss this problem. And hopefully it's not too late for ASM 2. As someone who comes from a background of Forza and Gran Turismo, so Forza Motorsport is the one I was playing before. As you will see on the channel, there's quite a few Forza Motorsport videos, and I have played pretty much every single Gran Turismo since Gran Turismo 1 came out. One thing that obviously in the past years they have done well is they have added their online gameplay. I mean, basically you have the option just to go on while playing and just hit multiplayer. You'll run like on Forza Motorsport 8, or Forza Motorsport as they like it to be called. Basically you can do a couple of races and that'll get your rating up, and then you're free to enter any race that you wish. Obviously they've got problems right now with their ratings and everything like that, but basically the online gameplay is so easy. You don't have to search for any lobbies or whatever. You go in, there's a different race every day, and that's the kind of thing that AMS is missing. iRacing has it. It's pretty much the only thing of sim racing to have it at the moment, I believe. However, Assetto Corsa and Assetto Corsa Competizione, along with rFactor 2, have now got the ability to pretty much do the exact same thing through an external source, LFM, which will allow them to do a couple of practice laps, and you'll be free to enter races. You'll get driver ratings and stuff like that, and you can enter daily races. And it's really important right now, I believe, that every game has a good online service. Games without it, they're running the risk of being left behind, so to speak. So people like playing against players. It's good every now and then just to play against the AI, but the AI, obviously, they're very... In most games, it's pretty obvious what the AI is going to be doing. They're going to follow the race line almost exactly. So, obviously, in the AMS, they can be a bit more aggressive, but not all the time. Usually, they're just following the race line. You know where they'll be. You can overtake them because of that. If they'll get stuck behind cars. It's the same in like Fuel Motorsport. The one at the starts always pulls away from the others because the other ones are getting stuck behind each other, being on the actual drive line and that. And really, AMS is massively lacking in that area right now. It's not on LFM, the most popular one, so they haven't got that external. Yes, they do have one called Racecraft, I think it is right now. But this video was going to be recorded on Racecraft. A video of me racing Racecraft. I did the practice, I got through it all, and registered for the race, but was never actually given the race server, so I don't know, maybe I did something wrong. But yeah, the big issue with Racecraft is player count. Now luckily Automobilista 2 actually has quite decent AI, but still not real players, so what they do, this is a neat kind of trick, if the lobby's not full, which most likely 99% of the time won't be, the lobby will be given AI instead. So you might have one player, you might have 2, 3. I think the highest I've seen is 5, and the rest is going to be AI. And that's all very well, but it comes to the point that what's the point of playing online? Yes, the AI has dynamic racing abilities, so they're supposed to match your ability as a player. But then, so you can put that on in the game, so it kind of defeats the purpose. We need AMS, we need Reiza to put it into the game. I would expect we've got the new Corsa coming out next year. I think it is. It's either spring or summer, if I'm not mistaken. And I would expect them to have a big focus now on online gameplay, because that's something it lacks in. I'd expect massive changes, and it kind of like was Forza's big ability right now. Now the thing that not Forza, sorry, I don't know what I'm talking about. Assetto Corsa's big ability right now is its modding community. For those that know what they're doing, and I'm sure you could YouTube some videos on that, and those that feel comfortable, you can mod it to your heart's content. AMS2 now has the, and I think it's had it for a while, the ability to mod, but it's very difficult to get like new tracks in because of the madness. Engine itself, I think they were made to sign an agreement that it can't be modded, so other than liveries and cars, it's quite hard to get like new tracks in. Obviously I did do a video on modding it, and where you can get project cars too, tracks in, and they are quite good. Is it enough? I don't think so. The vanilla gameplay of AMS2 now is around about the same bar. I have played Assetto Corsa, and I know people say that's the real like driving simulator. Try not to quote Gran Turismo's slogan, but it's not. Right? It has its issues. Yes, you can get mods to change how the car feels, but it's not really Corsa, is it? That's a mod. It's, if you, like most people, and especially if you've got like a PlayStation or an Xbox, you're not going to have the ability to apply these mods, I don't believe. So you're going to be playing vanilla gameplay, and in vanilla gameplay, that's where AMS shines. Without mods, your graphics are, I would say, the best out of all sim racers, if there's one, apart from maybe Assetto Corsa Competence and Alley, ACC for short. But it is right up there. That one's... I have played it on PS4 and its graphics are good, but there is some things like with daylight and that looks a bit off, and I think it's just a thing of Unreal Engine. Madness Engine, I think the problem with that is I don't know, but I find like the trees and that look a bit cartoony. They don't really look real. I know most people play these games though, just because, well, just for the racing abilities, and I think most of them are getting really, really good. Assetto Corsa and R2, and probably Racing Room, they have a very similar kind of like handling thing. iRacing apparently is bad with the tyres. They're not the best. The tyre physics, I haven't played it, so I'm not going to really speak about iRacing. I'm unlikely to play it because I do not like the how it's put together, and it's all based on a subscription service. Plus, you have to then buy packs over the top. I think if you're going to do one of them, then it's either DLCs or subscription service. If it's a subscription service, you should get all the packs as they come out free of charge. You're already paying for it. Because without iRacing's like subscription model, if you stop paying it, you've lost your ability to have the packs and that. Whereas Assetto Corsa, AMS2, you have the ability to keep everything. Once you've bought it, you've got it. That's it. Doesn't matter if you stop paying, you never pay anything again. You have it for the lifetime of the product, obviously. And for Assetto Corsa and AMS2 is probably for your life, as they're not really online based. Now they do have the option obviously to join online lobbies, but for the average user, especially those with that like racing on their own, and when I say on their own, I mean like not as part of a group, but they still like racing online. These simulations are so far behind iRacing, Gran Turismos, and the Forzas of today. And really, I think without Assetto Corsa, I think would be dead. It would be dead now. I know people love its physics and stuff like that, but if it was not for the modding community, it certainly wouldn't still be a big deal right now. Everyone would have either, if they haven't already, shifted over to ACC. But then it's got the same problem again. They didn't concentrate online, so LFM has it online. LFM, compared to the ASMs, is massive. So Racecraft, it's way more populated, and it's just a pity that LFM never picked up ASM. But maybe they know, maybe ASM 2 just doesn't have the players, doesn't have the player base. Maybe that's the main issue. And with all the things that it's done, with all the improvements, I played it a couple of months ago. I didn't really like it. I couldn't get the force feedback working, and it felt like skating on ice at points. It still has that kind of feel, but it's not near as pronounced anymore, which I think is why the physics is completely improved. But anyway, if ASM 2 wants to improve, it is my belief, if they want to grab players, they have to add real online gameplay, not lobbies, but like daily races, ratings, safety rating, maybe even penalty system, because that is one thing that AC and ACC massively lacks on. When you're playing online, there's no penalty system. Yeah, you've got the cuts and that you get warned and stuff like that, but you can get that because you've been barged off track and stuff like that. They need a real penalty system like Forza and Gran Turismo. Not Forza so much, because that one is just, well, sometimes atrocious. You get the penalty for getting hit on that. But yeah. So what do you think? Do you believe that ASM 2 can survive? Even though, as I said, it's still, in my book, the best sim racer for those coming from a Forza Motorsport or Gran Turismo background, just coming into the world of sim racing. It might not be 100% realistic yet, but neither are any of them. They all have their little problems. iRacing with the tyre physics, and I just don't think, without modding, certainly, AC and ACC are there. But yeah, I'll leave you with this racing and a little commentary of the racing here. So coming off the straight, I am starting to slightly pull away and getting better at this game. Slowly improving, starting to know, you probably can see I don't have the driving line on anymore, trying to stop there at the 100 marker. Turning this, the car does have a tendency though, if you put the throttle on full, it will try and slip, and it's really hard to control once the back end does in this game. It's still got that icy feeling, and I was trying to push myself and I was getting myself into mistakes on these laps, you probably noticed. I think there's massive improvement though. I'm using the width of the track more, trying to brake at the 50 marker there, slowly on the throttle, but again feeling the back just to start edging away. The AI are actually really good at these corners, but there's a specific part of this track that they're not near as good at. I'm really trying to focus on getting that throttle down without the back slipping here. Round this corner, it's not the worst corner. This is where the AI really could improve. So you come down here, your foot to the floor in these GT3 cars, keeping the foot planted, but the AI let off back then. I've hit the back of them a couple of times down to second gear here, calmly applying up to another corner where the AI struggle. They definitely decelerate round here. At the most, you need to take your foot off the throttle. Braking here, trying to get down to second, trying to kiss the apex, missing it slightly there, and gently back on and full on the throttle now. On to lap 9 of this race. I was now feeling confident. You can see at the top right that the AIs no longer can be seen. They do catch up here. This is where the AI are definitely better than me. They could keep up with me a lot more here, because I'm really trying to watch the back, because it does have a tendency of skidding out. Now in real life, as a real sim, if this was a real sim, I would not have the traction control off. GT3 cars are designed to actually keep their traction control on at all times. Just that slight, obviously it's not the same as a traction control in a real road car. They are designed specifically for these cars, and they're almost undrivable without. That's why I've kept ABS on as well. I'm trying to keep it simulation, but I have noticed seconds of improvements per lap with keeping the traction control off in this game, so that tells you straight away it's not true to life for a GT3 car. Again, AI catching up at this corner, foot to the floor out of this corner, and the gap will now widen, because again they will slow down turning this corner. They basically let their foot off the gas, where you're able to keep your foot on. I drifted very wide round that, not the best, definitely didn't kiss the apex, but still keeping the AI back. Really harsh bump there, but I want to cut it as much as possible because it gets you speed. You just have to watch you don't turn too much. A bit better of a corner there. Probably could take that a bit faster, but it's coming up to the last lap. I don't want to spin. I've got my focus face on. I'm trying to pull a distance away between the AI at this moment. I'm turning the first corner here, where I've spun so much today, missing the apex, but all's good. Still in front of the AI, which always hits the apex here. Trying to use the most of the track, missing that outside there, just not coming over quick enough, and having to take the corner steeper than I would like, but still remaining ahead. Focused face on, coming around the long corner, dropping down from 5th to 4th, and foot to the gas again, hitting that 50 marker, hitting the brake, down to 2nd, and really trying to accelerate here. And I find that the carb there pulls the car over. This corner though is like the scariest corner I think in the track. You want to take it fast, but too fast will spin you, or you have to cut over that grass. Braking just before the top, just after the 100 board there. Still not using the whole track, but using the whole track just for that little bit. Full accelerating down here. This is where I'm confident again, because the AI's again going to slow down here. I'm going to take it full speed, 137, 140 mile an hour. Down to 2nd gear, 55 mile an hour there, 54 at one point, and hit that full accelerator again, but calmly. Again, just a slight slowdown there, hitting that 98 mile an hour, 50 board, just before the 50 board, hitting that brake. But yeah, there's the race. Finish first. Please don't forget to hit like and subscribe for more videos. And until the next one, thank you very much for watching. Hit your comments down below. Come say hi. And I'll catch you hopefully in the next one.